EA leadership wants Battlefield 6 to hit 100 million players, it's reported. I don't know how they're going to pull that off. This means that both free-to-play and mobile versions are incoming. It would have to be free-to-play. It would have to be for them to hit 100 million players, it would most definitely have to have some sort of free-to-play version of the game. I just think that the market has changed. I mean, especially when you have a free-to-play game like Delta Force. I mean, I don't know what Battlefield's going to do, man. I really don't. I'm curious to see how things are going to go. Because right now, Delta Force is slated to come out on console August 19th. So Delta Force is slated for console release on August 19th. Break all walls on console versions. Platforms covered. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS. One account, 3 Battlefronts. Progression shared among console, PC, and mobile. Mobile crossplay available between consoles and PC version. I didn't even know that. Free to play, 3 modes, 10 plus operators, tons of rewards, all for free. Battlefield has an up road hill, because if the base game is going to be a $70 to $80 title, because I don't know how much they're going to charge for it. Are they going to charge $60 for it? They're going to charge. What are they going to charge? This is scaring me a little bit, because I love Battlefield. You know, that is one of my favorite games of all time. I love the game. I love that first-person shooter franchise. It's what really got me into gaming to begin with. It's what got me into wanting to stream. It's what's got me into meeting people. I've got longtime friends because of Battlefield. I love Battlefield. But times have changed. I mean, evident by the fact that Battlefield is clearly changing how they're going to do things, right? Because Battlefield has pretty much gone and said that they are not going to have class-locked weapons anymore. And whether I like it or not, because I think that changes the overall gameplay and it changes the longevity of how people play the game. Not everybody sees it that way, because the game has gotten so much more popular than it did in the past. And maybe maybe what I need to learn is that it's time for that game to move on, and it's time to adjust and change. I just don't want it to become Call of Duty. I want it to be Battlefield. It always feels like, though, that EA is always a little bit behind on these changes. Like, they were never, like, they used to be. Battlefield used to be the groundbreaking, we're going to do things first. But since Battlefield 1, after Battlefield 1, I don't feel like they've done that anymore. Because they went from Battlefield 1 to Battlefield 5, and it just felt like they were repeating the same thing again. Like, they were just, hey, let's just do it. Let's just do it again over here. Let's just do the same thing. I love Battlefield 5. I thought it was a fantastic game. But it just felt like this was a repeat. So I'm hoping that they're learning their lessons, and with that information sitting there, somebody coming out saying EA leadership wants Battlefield 6 to hit 100 million players, that means that something's going to be free to play. Whether it's the extraction shooter, right? Free mobile game version, you're going to have something there free, because the way Delta Force is moving right now, that concerns me. Look, they only have, how many maps do they currently have right now? 3 modes, 10 operators. I don't know if they're talking about maps. I don't know how many maps. Does anybody know how many maps that Delta Force has currently? 5 playable maps. That's not including the whatever else they have for their extraction shooter. And from everything that I've seen from all the other larger creators out there, streamers, Delta Force extraction shooter is a lot of fun. I've played it a few times. Haven't found a crew to jump in with me. I'd love to dive into it a lot more. But I know there's a lot of Battlefield purists within our community. I get it. And a lot of these guys are not going to try this game. Even if it comes out on console, they're not going to try it. I'm more concerned about the people that aren't pulled one way or the other. That's $70 over there. This here is free to play. And I'm probably going to jump back into it at some point. I'm probably going to jump back into Delta Force for a little bit. I'm sure it's going to happen eventually. Does it have great balanced gameplay? It didn't feel that way. Did it have wonderful, well thought out game modes for the multiplayer? Were the maps really good? But it's free to play. That's the point. It's free to play. Honestly, though, that should not excuse the fact that balancing should always be good. The weapon balancing should always be good. The balancing between the characters, the heroes, whatever you call it, should always be really good. The map should be well balanced, and it should be a lot of fun to play. But the fact that it's free to play, you're going to have a lot of people. And they've been saying, and I've heard from here and there, that Delta Force was losing players. And from what I can tell, it's not. I mean, currently, 18 minutes ago, 73,000 players on Steam. 24-hour peak, 146,000. All-time peak, 161,000. 161,000 was their all-time peak, and you still, in a 24-hour period, you're still hitting 146,000. Almost 147,000 people. 147,000 players. That is absolutely insane. Compared to Battlefield 2042... 19 minutes ago, 6,567, which isn't anything to shake at. 24-hour peak, 7,000, almost 8,000 in 24-hour time period. All time is 107,000. All time, 107,000. Battlefield 1 on Steam. Again, this is on Steam. So we are talking about on Steam. There are people who launch from different places, but this is a good metrics to kind of get an idea. But on PC, on Steam, they have more players on Battlefield 1 than they did in Battlefield 2042. 12,000. All-time peak on Steam, 53,000. Again, not up there with the 100,000+, but nothing to shake a stick at. Currently, even more than what was it, 2042? 16 minutes ago, 6,660, 6.5 thousand playing. Almost 13.5 thousand in 24 hours. All time, 114,000. That's insane. This is just on Steam. But again, these Battlefield games are not cross-platform. This game, it's not like this is new. It's not like there's any brand new maps coming out. It's not like there's anything crazy about this game that's any better than the previous Battlefield games. It's free to play. And it has that modern feel to it. So that makes me wonder, is any portion of Battlefield 6 going to be free to play? Is the multiplayer going to be free to play? Is that the one you're going to pay for? Are you going to have to pay for or do you just pay for the, because I know they're going to have a campaign. Wouldn't that be weird? Like, hey, the only thing that you have to pay for is the campaign. Okay, that would be interesting. I wonder, though, if they made the multiplayer free, would you get those weapons? I would assume not. I would assume you would have to buy the battle pass in order to unlock new weapons and things like that. Would that make sense? I don't know. That's an interesting thought right there. So hopefully when the console version comes out, we'll jump back into it to check it out and see how that's working, to see all that stuff. Because I'm also curious, will they have input selection there? So like if you don't want to play with people on mouse and keyboard, whether that's on console or PC, because I think that's going to be important. I don't know. I've always said that I think that it's more important to divide those up versus dividing up only playing, like you only lock down that you're only playing with console players. It should be input, right? You should be able to figure out what the input is. So, anyway, that's it. I just wanted to talk about that for a little bit before we got started today. We are jumping into sunken land. Thanks for coming by and hanging out with us. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you didn't like the video, hit the dislike button, I guess. I don't know. Subscribe for more stupid, and, we'll catch you in the next one.